Hey, welcome to Martial Arts Business Success. In this episode, me, Phil Britton, and Graham McDonald is going to give you some great advice, tips, tools, and strategies on how you can transform your business. Graham, what do we got?
Look, this one's probably one that I really enjoy because we do this on a regular basis, how to run powerful meetings. Geez, you know, it may sound simple, but in all honesty, if you've never had a mentor or someone to guide you how to be effective with your meetings and really have your team leave empowered but productive without spending an entire day doing it, geez, you're flying blind. So very first thing that we do is have agenda items. Think about the things that you want to get done because meetings shouldn't be drawn out and drag out. Like we have power meetings, we have short meetings, 5-minute meetings. Most often enough with our managers meeting, they're about an hour, 60 minutes, and the stuff that we can cover in there sets up the week. It could reframe the entire month, but geez, it's not just dragged out and procrastinating. So, you know, it's really clear to have agenda items, which helps you to stay on track, not get distracted. So, Phil, what do we do when we run our meetings with our staff? Who do we have that keeps us on track? Is that me, you, one of them?
I think there's two things that we're going to think about with getting sidetracked. There's two ways. Now, you can get sidetracked and go down an avenue of a topic that's going to open up a whole new kettle of fish. And this can just go on and on and on, and we can completely sidetrack rather than stay on track with our meeting and get, you know, the things that are important done. Second thing that sort of happens is sometimes a meeting can dive in energy. It can dive and everyone's bored, or like you can see on their face, it's like it's a bit of a drag if you're going through stats and stuff. So yes, you definitely need someone who's willing to keep the meeting on track, bring it back to the topics that are at hand so we can accomplish the goals. You know, you would have heard about a previous podcast about lists, job lists, A1s, A2s. You know, your meeting has to stick to a list as well. So you want to make sure that someone's bringing that back into alignment. And then also, like I said, if the meeting's diving in energy, there's nothing worse than letting it dive. You know, just think of a class that we teach. And if the energy's down, what do? Pattern interrupt. And you've got to do the same in your meetings as well. So quick game of sevens, quick game of, different things you can do, hacky-sacky, whatever you decide that you can do. It's quick, it's fast, it levels up the energy, and then bang, you're back into the meeting.
Look, you know, for some of our viewers and listeners, they're going to be going, look, well, we kind of do this anyway. If you're a fly on the wall in some of our meetings here, I know that the way that we talk and communicate to our staff is very different. Yes, we have an agenda. Yes, we know what's going to happen and we keep on track. But the way that we talk, we look to get buy-in. And what we mean by buy-in is often we will have an item that we're discussing. And for example, we were discussing some stats recently, some numbers. And instead of going, you know, what happened here, blah, 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 we asked the guys, we had 4 key areas that we wanted to look back over. And as a group and as a different branch, we said, look, guys, go over your stats, go over your numbers, and then give us a bit of a summary on what you think and why you got these results. So we didn't come in guns blazing. We just asked their opinions. And it's more powerful when you get your staff buy-in by them saying, look, by the way, this occurred, that happened, this happened, that happened. So, you know, it's a really great way as an owner, as a manager, as a leader, rather than just be reactive with the results, be a little bit more proactive and get that buy-in with your team. That's just one key component of getting that staff buy-in. What are some of the other things that we do, mate, when we talk to our guys?
Well, again, the difference of level of a responsibility in a meeting too. So if I was talking about a branch managers meeting, for example, where, you know, you've got the owners, it's us two, we've got a general manager who like keeps the meeting on track, make sure that those agenda items are there. Then you've got the branch manager and then 2 IC. So you're going to find that in our meeting, in a branch manager meeting, that a lot of those open-ended questions, so why is that and how come that happened, to find out more, really to train and give the branch manager that voice. And for us to sort of guide them through the answer that we think. And then, at the end of that, then we add our value in. But then we'll often also throw little bite-sized chunks of, so what does the 2IC think about that? What's your opinion? Because at the end of the day, you know, we want that buy-in from all of our staff. And I really want everyone to feel like they've got a voice. You know, there's nothing worse than being involved in a business that, you know, your boss is at the top pointing the finger. You know, in martial arts term, you probably heard of the super sensei. You know, so that just does not have a place in our business. And, you know, we've had some other people be a fly on the wall in our meetings and say, wow, I've never seen so many staff members have a voice and feel like they can open up. Whether their advice or tip or strategy is right or wrong, it still needs to be heard, because that's the experience that we want to be on, that when, we step away, that we can trust and rely on our staff to get the job that needs to be done.
Hey, guys, there's also two approaches that we have at our meetings that you may sort of start to pick up on. I'd love you guys to share in that. We'll probably have a podcast where we get you guys to sit on a meeting with us so you can see it live. But we use this as also leadership training. And it's done subtly because the language we use will start to leave a legacy for our staff to then treat their staff and so on and so forth. Because if we have this dictatorship and point the finger and what do you think they're going to do to their team? So when we empower our staff to have a voice, an opinion, it flows downhill in a really great way. And as you pointed out, Phil, a 2IC, second in charge, won't be a second in charge forever. They will be a manager one day. They'll be an owner one day. So we're grooming them to really embrace the next level of training. And you can't do a course. You can't just go and read a book. It's real life stuff and using the correct language. I know that there's been plenty of times where we have as a strategy, here's the results, we get their opinion and they give us the reason behind it, and then we offer out things, as you said, and a great way that we use that wording is, look, fantastic results. If it was me, I probably would have done it like this, but next time we try it, let's make sure we give it a go and see the results then. So I've reframed that, probably the results that weren't really positive, into a way where they go away going, great, I've got some strategies, the boss has got my back, next time round we'll try it their way. So that's a really great way to turn your meetings from being a drag to a really empowering, positive thing. Now, what happens when we're talking about the everyday, day-to-day stuff that needs to be done? Things need to happen, whatnot. We talk about accountability, deadlines and whatnot. What are some of the tips for our viewers and listeners that we do to make sure that these guys are going, look, it's done, it'll be done by this, and this date? Yeah,
at the end of the day, I think, if I said to Graham, all right, so you're going to improve this area of the business, you okay with that? You're going to do that? Yep, great, cool, no worries, you got it. Then a week goes past and I say, Graham, how'd you go with that task? And you're like, I haven't even started it. Because I never set the expectation or the deadline that I expected for my staff member. So we want to make sure that when there's a topic that needs to be addressed, there's an accountability and there's a deadline.
Yeah.
And we even go to, if it's something important or a bit of a joke, I'll go, when should this be done by? Okay, Tuesday next week by 3:49, no later. And I mean 3:49. And why do we put a weird number on that? Because it's actually memorable. Then they're accountable to that day. They're accountable to that number, that time of the day. And I expect it to be done. And then last but not least, there's always a bit of punishment. Lighthearted to start with. Obviously, if this continues, then it needs to be addressed and written warnings and blah, blah, blah. But, initially it's a bit of fun. It's like, well, that's 50 burpees. If you don't give it to me there a minute late, 50 burpees in front of the whole staff. We'll video that and we'll even put that on social media as a bit of a laugh for our students. So accountability, deadlines, and a little bit of a fun sort of punishment for not doing it. Obviously, if they continue not meeting the deadline, that needs to be addressed in a different way.
Hey, look, I suppose what you're starting to see again, team, is that underlying leadership. We have some expectations. We set out some boundaries of what we're looking for. Our friendly nature and warm nature isn't to be taken advantage of. We still run a business and we still need results, and we're result driven. But you can definitely do that not by having the stick and the old carrot sort of thing. So rewarding your staff, being nice, but also being serious about it needs to be done. Because we are very much a results-driven school and we have deadlines. Things, testings and gradings and things, if things aren't addressed properly, they get missed and then we have a pretty serious issue. So I guess one final thing that we do to really make sure everybody's on the same page is we send minutes. So somebody will be really sort of, delegated at the start to be taking the minutes, what's going on, and then also those accountability items. So individually, Phil's got some tasks, he'll write his own, but in the minutes sent out, we'll also have a list of when it was going to be done. And also, too, the thing that we do, we'll throw it to them. So, Phil, before we finish off today, what were the 3 things that you needed? Give me your deadlines, give me your dates, give me so on. So I know you know them. So it's really important just to go around with your 2 or 3 or 4 other people and just make sure that you know that they've got it and the importance behind it. So it is it's a simple formula that we use, but honestly, it'll make massive changes in your business if you apply this meeting structure. They'll be powerful, they won't be long-winded, and you'll get some major, major changes and results in all aspects.
Absolutely. Gang, there's so much to meetings, and that was just a snapshot. into the overview on what we would do, how we do. If you want some more information on how we run some meetings, shoot us an email, admin@teamer.com.au. Check us out on the website. We'd love to help you out. Remember, this show is all about answering the questions that you need to know to help drive and build your business. So please send your questions in, and we'd love to answer the best we can. Other than that, guys, we'll hope to see you soon, and we've got another great podcast coming for you next week. So enjoy, go get them this week, and most important, have fun.
Look, thanks, guys. Just a quick one, very, very, very sweet, very quick. If you want to sit in on a meeting with us, drop us an email. Let us know, because we don't want to just create that stuff just to bore you guys. If it's got value, you think you'd like to see it, please do so, and we'll get you guys as a fly on the wall in a meeting with us, and you can see what we do and how we have fun. So take care, guys. Go get them.